Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, so thanks for tuning in. Again, this is a continuation of a set that was postponed due to client instability. And this is game 2 of the winners quarterfinals between Young Fresh and Kawaii in the blue and Hot Raccoons in the purple. Are we going to see the BM barrel from Chase Styles? They're certainly having fun. Who's gonna... I would imagine somebody would make a move.
30 seconds.
Oh, Mundo's always BM with those cleavers, though. Yeah, he's already chucking them. So we have mirrored lines of scrimmage on both sides as Dookie does find the wild Pokemon Cho'Gath in the bush. Here's that squishy sound. And it looks like junglers will be mirroring each other. I imagine we'll be seeing a blue start for Hot Raccoons and the red start for Young Fresh. Again, Young Fresh are down 1-0. So they need to win both of these games to take the set home and advance to the semifinals. And again, Young Fresh with that new lineup, that fresh lineup. Instead of Eviru mid, he is now jungling. Dookie has transitioned from jungle to top lane, and Chase Styles is now a full-time mid laner. And the bot lane for Young Fresh remaining the same, Zac Legend rocking that 80 carry and Kagemori support. As the laning phase gets underway, there are no level 1 shenanigans to be seen. Yasuo very strong early, levels 1 through 3. And highly mobile. The fact that he's resourceless just adds to that. Kagemori sort of sidestepping the Flay. Thresh a little off the mark. Top lane is going to be probably an island until Mundo decides to teleport. But for the moment it would just be a sustain war. Cho trying to kill the creeps so his passive can heal him. But he has to avoid those cleavers to the mouth. And again, this bot lane for blue team, very long ranged, very annoying. Annie with a 625 attack range, Caitlyn with that 650. As we see, both bushes have been warded up by the supports, I'd imagine. Definitely want that bush control as the rupture lands onto Dookie, but he'll only take a little bit of damage. Yops realizes that he doesn't have the power, but Eviru might have the power. Tries to silence the Vault Breaker, but it still lands. That's a big part of the damage. One more cleaver shot should do the trick. Oh, but Dookie doesn't get the cleaver, and the ignite plus the tower shot will be first blood. Huge mistakes were made right there. They had that kill. I don't understand what went wrong. I don't know if somebody called it or what. But there was no final cleaver for the finish, and he just ran into the tower, not paying attention. And that is just going to be all kinds of trouble. You never want to fall behind like that, especially when you had the kill all but sewn up. As we see Wukong coming in top lane. The rupture is a no bueno though, so Vi will get away at least. But yeah, that's going to be big problems now as Cho'Gath is going to go back and buy. He did burn both of his summoners, but still came away with the kill, so it's very much worth it. We'll see what he picks up on his first buy. Oh, it looks like Cho's sitting in base and he's waiting for something. Okay, he's purchasing boots and an amp tome. Definitely not the choice that I would have lent towards, but we'll see. He must have a plan. We'll see Vi posting up in the mid lane, but Yasuo knows that she is there. Gets pinged out. She'll just walk away. Someone's playing, getting dangerously low, forced to burn both of his summoners. And Thresh needs to be careful too. Both of the bottom lane for Young Fresh have their flash. Looks like Wukong is coming in to possibly bait something. But Young Fresh smells a rat. Or in this case, a monkey. And they are able to disengage without any casualties. And Dookie, with that misplay in the beginning, he has still the CS. Because Cho sat in the fountain waiting to buy, it allowed Mundo to get some alone time in lane. So you see Vi doing some counter jungling on the Wraiths, drops a nice deep ward to scout out the jungler's movements. Wukong will most definitely walk by that ward eventually. Taking a look at the CS across the board, Yasuo doing lots of work right now, very far ahead of the Gragas. 37 to 29, that's a very significant lead this early in the game at 6 minutes. As we see Yops continuing to just land ruptures, Dookie needs to watch out for those. Can't afford to get hit by too many of those. And Mundo's gonna be forced to CS under tower. And looks like both bot lanes are recalling or are about to recall. Blue team is on their way back. Wukong going also back for his first buy. Only about 4 CS behind the CS of Vi, so that's not a big problem. Both junglers are going to be looking for a quick 6. That's going to be very, very good for them. It's going to increase the potency of their ganks by quite a bit. Mundo's going to try to look to hit 6 as soon as possible once they get his ulti. Looks like Vi is coming back up top. And it looks like she's just interested in ganking. Although Assault and Battery is not yet available. Okay, very interesting. She chooses to show himself through the creeps. So Cho will know that Vi is there. And we'll see if Wukong does anything to punish this. So he's a little bit far away to do anything. He's busy doing his wolves, so not sure if any counter jungling will occur. But Zach Legend playing very, very well. 51 CS to 38. That range advantage giving him a lot of easy access to last hits. And it's really hard for Thresh to do anything to Caitlyn at this point because she's so far back. I see Wukong taking the blue for himself. Not a surprise. Yasuo being the monolith demon that he is. Wukong will make better use of that. As the missing pings come down on the purple side, actually. Yeah, because Gragas had gone back to shop. Lets his team know, hey man, the fat man is missing. And it looks like it's going to be about that time to pass off the blue to Gragas, I would imagine. It's going to really help with his ability to shove the wave and possibly look for a roam. Purple team needs to keep in mind that Mundo does have the teleport. That's going to give him a lot more... Ooh, wow. The hook goes wide to the side. Definitely overthought that a little bit. And Thresh is going to eat a decent amount of punish, but so is Annie, to be frank. And I think that trade overall was pretty even. But it's definitely going to give Mundo the advantage because he has that ability to just blink to a ward or anything friendly on the map. And it's going to allow him to just push up all day and say, hey Cho, you can go roam if you want, but I'll be there right after you. As we see Cho'Gath taking a bunch of damage from that cleaver. Does use his ulti to feast on a creep, give himself a stack. He's going to want to get those up as soon as possible. And Caitlyn still holding on to her CS lead. In fact, all the lanes pretty much holding on to their initial early leads. Top lane has been kind of a roller coaster. And it looks like they're continuing to do the jousting. Stun landing onto Thresh, and that's going to signal the all-in from Lucian. The culling plus the box. Tibbers didn't look like it did too much right there, and a flash away. It actually didn't get blocked by Thresh, but still manages to survive anyway. And Vi a little late to the party, unfortunately. It looks like she's going to peek around on the side. And it looks like the call for Dragon is coming down. They know that Tibbers was blown. They know that, well, not Tibbers. They know that the box and the culling are down. But on the flip side, the purple team knows that Tibbers is not available. Wukong coming in. This is going to be a fight, I think. Blows the Cyclone. And there goes the Yasuo last breath. The blue team is all trapped in the Dragon. Mundo teleporting in. Kagemori trying to finishing off Lucian. Cannot do it. And the purple team is going to come out far ahead on this fight. Oh, and the triple kill from across the wall. Gragas trying to make a play. And that was just a panic play right there. He tried to pick something up out of what I would dare say desperation. And that turned all kinds of sour for the blue team. 5-0. It was basic, added on top of the first blood is now 5-0 and a 4-for-0 exchange overall. That is just brutal. And on top of it, they get a top turret for free. And again, that is the give and take of the teleport. It's like, yes, you can pretty much go anywhere you want to make plays with your team, but if you don't get anything out of it or worse, more than likely your lane is going to get shoved down. And yeah, Annihilate's X just got super fed off of that. That's going to accelerate his build by a ton, and he has a red buff on top of it. That is just all kinds of terror. The blue team are definitely going to have to be more careful. They tried to force that because they knew that ults were down, but they just got sucked in by all the AoE. The Cyclone hit 2 or 3, the last breath initiation. And the worst part of it all was that Cho wasn't even with them, and they still got outplayed. So that is definitely not a good sign. They're definitely going to have to be more careful now. They're going to have to play very passive. The gold lead is going to cripple them otherwise. Despite Caitlyn's huge lead now, the items are now even. BF Sword and Vamp Scepter on deck for both 80 carries. But the story now is the 3-0 Yasuo with that Bloodthirster. And in that last fight, it really looked like the focus was very split. It looked like Kagemori was trying to finish off the low 80 carry, and a bunch of other people were focused on the dragon. Whereas the purple team was all on the same page. They just wanted to get into the dragon, drop all their AoE, and kill them. As we see a 4-man dog pile onto bot lane. Speedy Otter coming in, but he is just getting shredded down by Zach Legend. And the culling doing Nathan's hot dogs right there. Ace in the hole was already used though, so he is in no danger. But they have Tibbers and a full wave. This is definitely going to be a turret. As we see Zach Legend trying to make a play after Lucian, but nothing will come from that. So good move by the blue team. They needed to do something like that to get themselves back into the game. If not for the gold, it's just for the psychological momentum. It was very, very good for them. And they knew that if they tried to do it like 2-on-2 or even 3v3 with the jungler, it probably wouldn't have turned out as well. So it was a good roam by Chase Styles to force that uneven fight. Definitely caught the purple team off guard, I think. However, in exchange, I believe Yasuo did take the mid turret. So that is a good job on him. Recognizing that his team was getting jumped on elsewhere, he did his job and took the mid turret. It's going to be a lot of map control that will be lost for the blue team. Mid turret, very important. So you see the battle of the wards going down between the supports. Gragas getting the blue picked up for him. And looks like Cho has finished his Spirit Visage. And that's a pretty good buy, I would say. And he'll be looking for an armor item next. Spirit Visage, pretty much one of those items on Mundo that you can never go wrong with. It's just an item that he loves so much. And I can see that Mundo's teleport is about to come back up. But with his turret pushed in so far to the inner, and he hasn't even taken the outer on the opposite side, it's going to be a very hard choice for him to roam, especially if Cho doesn't roam as well. If Cho continues to just split push, it's going to be a very difficult decision. Taking a look at the items across the board now, double BT for the purple team. Gragas still not with a major item yet. He is sitting on pieces of potential items, the Fiendish Codex and the Seeker's Arm Guard, which will most likely be for DFG and Zonya's Hourglass. See Cho'Gath finally roaming down bottom, gets spotted out by a good ward from the blue team, and they will ping him out. Back the heck away from that. As you see Wukong posting up in the bot lane bush, trying to get a cheese gank out, but with that ward there, they will know that something is up. Yeah, that was very much telegraphed. Good awareness by the blue team though to avoid that. The dragon will be coming up in about 7 seconds, and this is where the purple team profited last time. We'll see if they can profit again. Ping's already going down, Chase Styles is in position, but this time Yasuo is there to cut him off. And Mundo looks like he's going to abandon top lane. Oh no, he's not going, but Cho is definitely coming. Okay, so now they realize that Cho is missing, so he must be coming down. Yeah, and they spot him out with the ward, obviously. So this will be a 5v5. Right now the gold lead is 21.9 to 23.7, so whoever comes out ahead on this fight and gets the dragon is going to have a lot of momentum going into the mid game. Gragas barrel over the wall, someone's playing, taken to about half health, but the dragon's getting burned down. Piltover Peacemaker will not steal. The purple team will get the dragon, and blue team do not want to push. Blue team being very tentative right there. Not sure if they wanted to commit to that or not. They did not have the best vision going over the wall. And with an AoE comp with Cho, Wukong, Yasuo, and Thresh, definitely dangerous to fight them in that small area. But they really probably would have liked to have gotten at least something out of that. A turret would have been nice. But that is all in the past. Nothing they can do about it now but play on. See Vi coming in. There is the stun. Assault and Battery. Looked like it was going to come out, but nothing happened. I'm a little flabbergasted by that. Kagemori initiating, and it looked like Iru was going to pull the trigger, but nothing came of it, and Annie just ended up dying for free. And now the entire purple team minus Cho is posting up on this bot lane, and they have the wave with them. This is probably not defendable at this point, not with Annie not with them. Yeah, and the blue team knows that they can't really do anything, and they do not want to get picked off here, so they just forfeit that turret. And Strange, now they seem to be dancing around a little bit more with Annie there, but there's the last breath initiation. So much range on that. Great AoE coming down from the purple team. Wukong still not dead. He's going to walk away with life on that. Gragas trying to make a play. Yasuo finally going down. The shutdown goal going to Zac Legend. But man, that Yasuo ultimate range is just so massive. And overall, the purple team still trades positive. They trade 2 for 1. So yeah, that seems to be the name of this game for Young Fresh. They have just been very tentative to make a move. And with a team like Vi Gragas, you definitely want to be taking the initiative. You don't want to be on the back pedal. Whereas for the purple team, they are just going very, very hard right now because they know they have the slight lead and it's going to become a bigger lead if they keep doing it. Speedy Otter doing a good job of being that front liner who's actually not building all that tanky. He's actually building pretty glass. Has the Brutalizer and the Lizard Elder. But we shall see what he builds into next. But yeah, Mundo's still under a lot of pressure. He's more or less okay CS-wise, but he needs to take that tower very, very soon. He needs to take it as soon as possible. Because he needs to be able to start grouping with his team. Taking a look at the items for the 80 carries. Parts of a Trinity Force on the way for Lucian. Has that Sheen locked in. It looks like Caitlyn will be going for the static shiv, pretty standard. Gragas though has his Zhonya's Hourglass, that is a very important power spike for him. The active plus the AP that it gives will do a lot for him. It's also going to give him some pretty good defenses against Yasuo that he wants. Any excuse to build armor plus AP is a good thing for him. Because it seems that he's the one getting initiated on half the time. We see the blue team now defending the mid lane. Purple team, pretty much everybody again but Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath being the forever split pusher. Because they know that Mundo has teleport and they want to make him choose. And again, that's going to be a very tough decision for Mundo since his team is losing. And his lane is very, very much getting shoved down his throat. Yeah, right now they're both just playing footsies with each other. Thresh trying to do some fishing with that undead claw. Trying to grab a prize for his team. But the bottom lane is pushing in the favor of the blue team, so that is a good out for them. It might force the purple team to back away eventually. That wave is building up pretty far. As we see that Yasuo has finished his static shiv, not going for the traditional Infinity Edge, he's opting for a more lifesteal. As oh man, Dookie taking another Rupture combo. Might if he gets hit again, it might force him to ult just to respect the true damage from the ultimate. See purple team backing off now because as expected, sending Lucian to go clear that wave. It was pushing pretty hard against them. We'll see if blue team uses this to their advantage and tries to fight, since they know that Yasuo's not there. Ivaru getting caught out though. And Tibbers initiating onto a bunch of people. Nice explosive cast. Blowing up the monkey. Super free right there. And Thresh, you are done skis, sir. That is a clean catch by Young Fresh. Very well executed. Tibbers doing lots of work for them. And he didn't even need the flash for that. So very well done right there. The question now is, what will the blue team get now? Can they get this turret? It looks like they probably will. About 6 seconds on Wukong. Cho coming around the side, but he's definitely too afraid to initiate. So that will be a bunch of kills plus 2 turrets. Big momentum swing for the blue team. And they want the dragon as well. They need to take it really fast though, because they are low on mana, low on health bars. They're just going to have to smite it and run, and that's exactly what they do. Good communication, good teamwork, and this is giving Dookie Butt all the alone time he needs to get his lane going again. That outer turret will go down. Nobody is even near that top lane right now, as the blue team will get a free back to go on a shopping spree. And just like that, the gold lead is even Steven. Purple team just did not respect the initiation potential of the blue team, sending Lucian off to do some farming when your AD carry is not there. And to be quite frank, your super fed AD carry, 3-0 and 3, you probably want to stay out of initiation range and don't want to dangle that hook in front of them. And with that gold, you can see now that Zac Legend is very much back in this game. He not only has his Phantom Dancer, but he is only a recipe's worth away from a Last Whisper. So he's about to shoot very far ahead of Lucian right now. 5-0 and 1, and he's already ahead in CS. And Gragas has also taken the opportunity to finish his second major item with that Unholy Grail locked in. A lot of cooldowns for him. He's really going to like that. Cho'Gath finishing his Nashor's Tooth. A very unusual build, going for attack speed, magic damage. Not going the Arma item like I thought he would. That is a little odd, considering that Caitlyn is going to be a problem at this point. And in all that chaos, Mundo did not even teleport. So now with the wave shoved up to the opposite inner turret, Mundo's going to have time to do whatever he wants. And he'll be able to join the fight if he needs to. So we'll see if blue team can just avoid getting jumped on. And it's going to be purple team's job to find that opening. To find that catch. And that's a very nice initiation. Coming down from Gragas, catches Lucian. And Thresh already going down. Thresh on the Thresh got caught up by all the damage. Annihilate X though still very high. Yops is taking very low, and Zac Legend is at full life right now. So the purple team cannot continue fighting this, I think. They just need to back off. Or maybe they don't. Maybe I'm a liar as they almost get Caitlyn. Wukong trying to make the hard plays. They do get the turret though, so in the end, I would have to say overall that is worth for the purple team. But that was a very good job by Chase Styles, forcing the fight, catching Lucian out, forcing his summoners. Unfortunately, Lucian did not go down immediately, and I think that if he did, that would have been a clean fight for the blue team. But because he was able to get away, the fight got a lot more messy. So yeah, the momentum is still pretty up in the air, 40k to 40k essentially. But yeah, in the end, the purple team did get the turret, so they managed to at least answer that. I really think though that the blue team are in the better spot right now. They have the long range of Caitlyn. They have a flash initiation from Annie, which is going to make all the other initiations free. There are just so many targeted CCs that the blue team can land, which will give Gragas purple barrels. Not purple barrels, perfect barrels, excuse me. Blue team, purple team, red fish, blue fish. As we see what everyone has picked up after that, Cho'Gath finally going for what looks to be a Randuin's. Could also be a Frozen Heart. That is also a possibility. Cho'Gath loves Frozen Heart. Mundo starting to get pretty tanky. Has the double combination Sunfire and Spirit Visage, and is working towards his Randuin's Omen very soon. That will be a great item for him as well. A lot of auto attackers on the purple team. As a Thresh looking for a prize in Mundo right there, but Mundo will easily avoid that. And we can see right now blue team trying to get a little ring of wards down as the Talisman getting popped, looking for some sort of cheese initiation, but Zac Legend is already far out of range, and the shield coming down, but too little too late. It's gonna be a real game of cat and mouse, I think. Everyone trying to get a Ring of Vision down, and everyone trying to use the sweepers efficiently to clear them out. But right now the blue team is a little split, so they need to respect the threshold, they need to respect the rupture. They have no tower to hide behind unless they back up all the way to their base. And right now, purple team with the advantage. They are pushing up. They are representing a fight. But this game is still very, very much even. Cho'Gath trying to come around from the flank, and the rupture just missing on the Caitlyn. Yops is going to take a chunk of damage. The Lantern is down. Oh, but Zac Legend gets caught, and they're definitely going to initiate onto him, and he gets exploded immediately. Thresh getting the kill, but that's all that matters. Dookie Butt is in a lot of trouble as well. Ivru gonna go down, and Yasuo is gonna live with critical life. Wow, that happened really, really fast. But as you can see, once Thresh lands that hook, it's prizes for days. 1, 2, 3, that's a dead Caitlyn, and that's a lost team fight for the blue team. Without Caitlyn in the fight outputting her DPS, they have no chance against this team. And that is most definitely going to be an inhibitor. They should definitely stay to finish this. I'm actually surprised that they didn't, but it looks like they all wanted to group up and get knocked up by the rupture, as the Zhonya's Hourglass is going to do absolutely nothing. Dookie Butt will also go down. Kagemori, what are you doing? You are not going to be able to do much for that, sir. As you can see, Yops in no danger of going down, even though he was that low. But yeah, big mistakes made right there. Caitlyn getting pulled in by a full-length hook. And even though Thresh picked up the kill on Caitlyn, that's all that mattered. She just exploded right away. It's exactly what the blue team was looking for on Lucian last time, which they did not get. And the ace in the hole doing a good job there, picking up the kill onto Cho. It looks like they tried to swing in for the lantern block, but it was too little too late. But unfortunately, the damage has been done. The inhibitor is exposed. And it's pretty much going to be purple team's pace to dictate now. They have recreated their old lead, 49.9 to 45.3. So about a 4K or so gold lead. And you can see right there on the bot lane that big push coming in from the purple minions. That is definitely going to be a problem, as Baron is now potentially on the table. And if somebody goes down to clear that, it looks like Zach Legend is going to. Yeah, you can see right there, blue team already preparing for the inevitable Baron rush. And Caitlyn is not the most mobile AD carry when it comes to moving around the map. She does have the net, but she's going to be hard-pressed to get back there in time. And I really think, yeah, purple team immediately pinging Baron, saying, hey, Caitlyn's all the way down there, guys. Let's force this. Mundo does still have teleport available, so he will take the quick recall to buy as they sweep out the vision. Thresh, very interesting, picking up a Guardian Angel. That is not the first support item I would have thought to have him pick up. I would have expected maybe a Mikhail's or something for either the Tibber stun or for Vi ultimate. Okay, so Baron will be backed off. Caitlyn has rejoined the group. Purple team taking time instead to just shove out the lanes. Give Cho'Gath a little extra farm. He must be very, very close now to his Randuin's Omen. But yeah, with that GA, that does give Thresh a bunch of defenses. Bunch of mixed defenses. And I guess if they do focus him now, he will be able to revive and get a second rotation of cooldowns, as Dookie Butt does get caught out. And the purple team is heading up to try and help him out. Ooh, the rupture landing. That is not good. As Ivru is cut off. Tried to assist. And here comes Yasuo, the Wind Swordman. And Mundo forced to burn ulti. That is a very big cooldown that could come into play if purple team decides to force another fight. Right now the lane's pushing. I'll have to say that bot lane is pushing in the favor of the blue team. So it's going to be all on them to just not get caught. Again, Zach Legend has to very much respect the hook. If he gets hooked, that's going to be a insta-jib for him. And he needs to live for these team fights to work in blue team's favor. Thresh fishing over the wall. The trap going to give him away with that vision. We'll see how blue team decides to play this. This is not a good spot for them to be fighting, though, with those narrow corridors and all that very easy mode AoE, as Gragas gets hooked over the wall, but Thresh not willing to go for it, as his team probably couldn't have all followed him. And it looks like they're just going to swing around for the inhibitor. Blue team caught a little bit off guard by this, and they may not get there in time. Okay, they're just going to get there in time. I don't know why Wukong took that pathing. I thought that they would just try to cut them off. But it looks like the purple team is tired of doing things the hard way. They're just going to do it the easy way. As the Vault Break, oh, the explosive cask is down. That's a big cooldown for their fight. And the AD carry is still doing okay. Lucian just pounding away at that inhibitor. But here comes the blue team now. They see low health bars. Can they get anything out of this? Assault and Battery coming down. But it was only the Wukong clone. Tibbers didn't really hit anybody, as Annie already down, Vi down as well. And Thresh dies, but the GA gonna make that all for nothing. Zach Legend, though, is still at full health, and that might be all that they need. Again, like I said, if he is alive. Oh, and the flash, but the red buff. Yeah, but that red buff will finish him off. So as I said, so long as Caitlyn is alive, that's all they really need to extend the team fight and win. They won't win early on with all the AoE that the purple team has, but as long as Caitlyn can keep pew-pewing people, then they have a chance. And this is really kind of right now because of the super creeps coming in. They can't just insta push all the waves. They honestly should have honestly should have broken off and tried to take the inner turret bottom. But too late to do that now as the home guards are in full effect. Taking a look at Lucian now, he is gigantic. Trinity, Bloodthirster, GA, Last Whisper, and Boots. You can see that Caitlyn has also picked up a defensive Banshee's Veil, along with what looks to be an Infinity Edge as her last offensive item. It could also be a Scimitar, to be fair. Oh, we see Evu actually catching out Speedy Otter, and he tries to juke them by not moving, and that could cost him as a nice E comes across. The Rupture doesn't even land, preserving the Veil for himself, and that is a clean catch, and that will probably be some sort of objective, I would like to imagine. Blue team needs to do something with these opportunities. They cannot just keep getting kills and then walking back to their base. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like blue team will not have a way to capitalize or choose not to capitalize. I would have liked to have seen them just go for Baron, especially with the smite down. That would definitely be something. Cho'Gath's Feast does do a lot of true damage and is good for bursting down Baron. But, yeah, I really think that they should have just went for the Baron. And, yeah, purple team will sneak the dragon in. No problem, and here comes the initiation. And it looks like Annie will split off and Vi will get away. I'm really surprised that they went for Vi over the very vulnerable Annie. It was very strange call right there. Yeah, and it looks like the do-si-do will begin once again as both teams just reset and say shove out your lanes. I really feel like both teams are missing out on opportunities to press their advantage. And it's just causing this game to extend. And right now the momentum is once again stagnant. Even though the inhibitor is down for the blue team, they did manage to turn the extended fight around into pretty much an ace. Yeah, so taking a look at the items across the board, Yasuo's core is finished and then some. Gragas still with only 2 major items, almost finished with his death cap, and he will desperately need that, as he needs to be a factor in these fights. And Mundo as well has 3 major items finished. Vi still though, pretty tanky armor-wise, which is good for them. Not a whole lot of AP damage at the moment on the purple team, but yeah, the story of the game is still going to be whether the AD carries can live, because that's where most of the power is. They do, the blue team definitely doesn't have the luxury though of having Yasuo. Yasuo definitely a threat, must be focused down. So it really does take a lot of the attention off of Lucian. And at this point, Lucian not really focusable with the GA. Oh, Kagemori getting hooked over the wall, and he will explode, and the blue team will foot soldier after him, clumping up for the AoE, and that is definitely going to be GG in my estimation, as the blue team refusing to run, but with both of their carry, with the AD carry down, they have no hope to turn that. There's the Ignite going down. Gragas trying to throw down a next level barrel. But yeah, Kagemori just getting caught out. And the last thing that you want to do when someone gets caught out on an AoE team like that is to run up to him and try to do something, because then all the AoE is going to hit you too. And that might be the last nail in the coffin. Oh, a little bit of a fail E over the wall, but that's okay. No, nobody saw it, right? And Yasuo doing a good job of just pushing down this turret. Lucian coming with the Trinity Force procs to take that down as well. But yeah, now with the inhibitor down again and the inner turret, I'm not sure if the blue team can find any ground. It's definitely on the purple team now to make the mistake. They basically have done everything they needed to do. They got the picks when they needed it. They won the fights that they needed. They got the inhibitor again. So all they have to do now is play solid, I think, and they should be able to close this out. Baron is definitely an option now that they could try to force. With all the lanes getting shoved in, it's going to cause people to split up. And Gragas still with no death cap, unfortunately. Okay, so it looks like Baron will be their next agenda. The ward's getting cleared out. Thresh landing a crane game hook into the bush. Speedy Otter with kind of a forced engage right there. Blows his flash, but the blue team is just too scared to commit. Explosive cast coming out. A nice rupture will catch onto 3, possibly 4. I did not quite catch that, but Speedy Otter had blood in his eyes right there. The initiation was not that clean though, as his team was not there to follow up. So ultis were burned, flashes were burned. Oh man, Cho with that GA. That second life. So yeah, both teams kind of afraid to commit without a clear-cut advantage. Dookie Butt finds himself a wild Thresh. And it looks like they kind of want to force this. But with a GA on Thresh, I'm not sure if this is warranted. Annie trying to put damage down onto Cho as Lucian kites away with the culling. This is a really ugly fight. Both teams are scattered all over the place. And again, it looks like both teams will just disengage. You can really see the nerves coming into play now on both teams. As Thresh checks Baron with the hook. Okay, so taking a look at the cooldowns right now. Cyclone has come back up. Explosive Cast also is on deck. Mundo Ultimate is down. And Dookie Butt, not Dookie Butt, excuse me, Eviru wisely holding on to his Assault and Battery. But this Baron is going to be free for the purple team. Blue team caught completely off guard. They're not going to be able to respond in time. And yeah, Vi just needs to get out of there. They cannot afford to get hooked in and picked apart. With that Baron though, the regen is going to be so good for them. Cho'Gath is so gigantic right now. Thresh trying to come in from over the wall as the inhibitor looks like it is in the eyes. I'm not sure how close it is to being up, but even if it respawns at this point, which it does, it's going to go right back down. That inhibitor has not had a good day. Getting picked on over and over and over. And we'll see what the purple team decides to do next. It's a good hook onto Zac Legend, but the Banshee's Veil will protect him from an initiation. As Talisman of Ascension gets popped. Looking again, they're fishing. They want to catch something. And at this point, they may not even care who it is. Okay, never mind. They do care. They're not feeling that good. Not feeling that confident. No point in initiating onto Mundo. Ooh. Yasuo rides the lantern right into that barrel. As both teams poking back and forth. That actually would have been a pretty ideal time for Yasuo to engage. As a Talisman Ascension gets popped again. Here comes the super creep wave. We'll see how they do this. The Nexus turrets are going down. They're going to have to choose soon. That is one wave, one tower. They might just keep going here. Cho'Gath taking all the aggro from the tower. And there goes the Nexus turrets. The Nexus is open. And this is going to probably be the last fight of the game if purple team can get the damage down. Chase Styles is burned and slowed. He's not even outputting his spells right now. Annihilate X does drop. But Cho'Gath is still alive. Lucian still alive as well. And Cho'Gath just going to finish the Nexus. Very smart. As everyone dives for Lucian, Cho does the smart thing and ends the game. So that will be the set, I believe. Hot Raccoons will take the set 2-0